Welcome to the DYSON'S Effect.
A show about everyday situations, issues, and topics we talk about and give our opinions.
We may even listen to yours.
We are your hosts, Johnny
and Theresa,
also known as Mr. and Mrs. Dyson.
This is Johnny.
And this is Theresa.
And this is another episode of the
DYSON'S Effect.
I am tired. I'm super tired. I'm tired. I'm not tired. I'm tired. Ooh, I'm tired. If anybody watching us on YouTube, y'all can see this bump on my face because I ain't been getting me none lately. And I got a lot of testosterone built up inside me. So you see this bump on my face. I ain't been getting nothing lately. That's just like when you're young, when you get all them little, I call them no coochie getting bumps. That's not what they call it? What's it called?
Bumps.
I ain't been getting me nothing lately, so I see this bump on my face. So, somebody y'all pray for me to help my wife satisfy my needs. So, our last episode, we alluded to some of the things that, we alluded to some of the things we've been going through, some of the things that we've been, in and out of. My wife previously had a previous issue with her health issues, the endometrial ablation. Is that what it was? And now we have a new challenge that we have been met with in May, right? So it's kind of like for an unwanted gift for our birthday or challenge, what have you. So we're going to talk about this new journey that we're going to be on. And we are currently not having any AC right now. So the person that supposed to fix our AC just called. So, great. Talk about great timing, right? I waited all day for him and he called right when we were doing something. But anyways, great. So you want to tell everybody what has been going on with you?
A lot. So when I was sick back in the hospital in April, it kind of all started then.
Portion of it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's an issue that I've been dealing with for 2 years. It just basically declined.
So what is this
over
issue?
the last year? Kidney disease.
Yes. Chronic kidney disease.
So I have a chronic kidney disease. Right now, the kidneys are at functioning 16%. When you hit 15%, for those that don't know, you have to do dialysis. So
15% or lower, yeah.
Yeah, 15% or lower. And that could not happen until next year. It just depends.
It all depends.
Yeah, on the body. So I had a surgery in June. The end of June, I had a dialysis access put in my arm.
First talk about when you went to basically when you had the endometrial ablation, that situation. That's when they was watching your kidneys as well.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, it became an issue. But after that, they was like, okay, we need to start running tests. Like, we got to see what's going on. Then we had to go to the kidney doctor, and they diagnosed you with something. You remember what it is called? You don't remember? okay. I have it in my phone. The long name, well, the short name is FSGS. I had it in my phone. Give me 10 seconds. I had it in my phone because I was looking up other things for it. It is called focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. And that's basically when your high blood pressure, hypertension, all of those issues, for lack of better words, beat up your kidney. And the capillaries, I think it's what it is, the capillaries that's around the kidneys are damaged, so they're unrepairable. So being that they're unrepairable, that weakens the kidney, right? And for the many people that don't know what the kidney does, the kidney is like a filtering system for your body. It filters your food, your liquids, everything in your body that basically filters it and then creates the waste, right? So, one of the histopathological finding of scarring, the sclerosis, and damage to the renal podocytes. That's some of the medical and technical terms. This process damages the filtration function of the kidney, resulting in protein loss in the urine. And when you were pregnant with Theresa,
I had high levels of protein in my urine, preeclampsia.
And that was probably like a pre-issue then kind of problem. So this has been declining over the years, so probably like 10 years almost now, right? Probably longer than that, but that's probably one of the sicknesses we had, right? So we went to the doctor.
Yes. And he basically just was saying that dialysis eventually, whether it's 6 months or a year down the line, may need to be done, depending on how, I guess, this 1% hold on, or how long it takes for it to drop this 1%. So far, still staying at the 16%. The last test showed 16%. So the kidney doctor I've been seeing for years, he's pretty good. And a lot of people question, like, you don't want a second opinion? I'm like, no, because I kind of, like, I've had a biopsy of the kidney. That's how I was diagnosed with that. So it wasn't anything that just happened in April. Like, it's been years, and I just really never, I told a couple people, but, I really never, I guess, explained it. Because, like, you get tired of trying to tell people. So we had that conversation, and
so, for example, help people kind of see where your head is at a little bit in regards to this. When the doctor told you that you may need dialysis within the hospital, what was you feeling at that time? Right then at that moment?
Sad.
Like, sad?
Yeah, sad. Confused. Well, not really confused, but
be honest, because people don't know.
I can't say confused. I really don't. I really didn't know like what percentage and all of that meant as far as kidney disease, anyways, until we did the dialysis education class, and it basically was like I'm in stage 4, so there's really no stage after that, but
5.
Oh, was it? Yes. So that's when I learned that. But other than that, I really, all of this is new, so I really don't know much about it. Like, I'm learning as I go.
So after he told you that, has it been hard to deal with it?
Yes. So once he told me that was in May, we ended up doing Jamaica in June. Until this day, I hadn't worked out since April, just because mentally I was not there. Which some people say, oh, well, you should have worked out it. But for me, I couldn't bring myself to do it. So, but as time went on, I questioned it a lot and worried a lot and thought about it a lot. It's to the point where it's like, okay, well, you have it. What are you going to do about it? So my kidney doctor was like, well, if you let this beat you up, it'll beat you up and it'll kill you. But if you stick with it and fight, you can survive it. So
Yeah, and let's paraphrase that. So that's what he said, but I'm going to say it similar to how he said it. So he said he's been doing this for 17 years, almost 20 years. And he said from his experience of people dealing with it, he said if you let it beat you up, it's going to beat you up. He said if you treat it like a second job and it's just something you got to do every day you do, whether you do this, that, and the third, it'll just be a second job. You can go on with your life. It's just something you got to deal with. And when you first hear that, you really don't hear it.
right.
Because, and I could tell you didn't hear it. You it didn't soak in. Like you wasn't listening. You heard it, but you wasn't listening. I think you were still stuck on, I got kidney disease, and this is like how I'm gonna deal with this, right? And like, dang, what's going on? Now, I've been talking to a lot of people that's been praying for us and everything, and they've been giving some of the people that's been giving me ideas, and I've been talking to a lot of nurses and all that stuff. I'm getting different perspectives on it. Have you wrapped your head around the kidney disease lifestyle yet?
No.
And please explain why.
Maybe because I've been diagnosed with it, but maybe because I have not started any actual treatment for it. So I don't know.
You say you haven't wrapped your head around the type of life that you'll have doing this.
Right.
So have you done research? Have you talked to people? Have you?
No. I talked to my uncle. He goes through it, but no, I haven't talked to him.
Because that's one of the things that I have access to now. One of the clients that I work with, she is willing to talk to you for one, and for two, to give you insight on the stuff that she deals with these clients. I think I was telling you about it before, and she can give you talking about it and everything, which situations, everything, how everything goes, and so on and so forth, and give you her perspective. And she told me to call her anytime, and I want to let you know that was today. Though, but I'm just saying in general, ever since you got this, I've been reading, and after that, I did more reading, more research. She also said this, but I'm gonna let you talk to her and say this. She said a lot of people can be at a certain number and stay at that number because their diet is so right that they're real particular about what they eat, and they'll go on through their life at that number, but they have to be real strict about what they eat. They have to be real strict about their health issues, so on and so forth. And there's other people that have those conditions that she was saying from her perspective that you have the hemodosis, basically it's three kinds, right? It's three type of dialysis. It's the daily, 3 times a week, and what's the other one?
So
It's another one. I can't
stomach every day.
And that's the everyday, and it's the one that's 3 times a week, and it's another one that's I think it's I don't know. But this may be very new to people, so out of respect for the people that's never heard of the dialysis, maybe I need to look that up, because she also said that it's good that you don't have to get the catheter, because she said that only lasts like 2 or 3 years, and that's she's like, that's a headache. Like, so she was saying that okay, hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis, and basically she was saying from her perspective, the um, the peritoneal dialysis is the catheter in your abdomen. And with the catheter in your abdomen, that is the one you have to do daily, every day for about at home. And a lot of them recommend that because
it cleans the blood more. You're getting it every day.
You're getting it every day. It's a better flushing of the system. The next one, y'all. The next one is, I said the name, didn't I? That's the peritoneal dialysis. The other one is the hemodialysis. The hemodialysis is the most common type, and that is when they remove the waste and the extra fluid from the blood, and also that's the filtering process of it, and that's usually the one that takes 3 days. So it's 3 types that they use: the fistula, the arteriovenous, and the graft that they use. That's the one that they was gonna have to go up higher up on your arm. You have the fistula, the one by your wrist, and the other one is the vascular access through the catheter. That's what we were just talking about. So basically, the hemodialysis, that's when you go to the dialysis center 3 times a week, and it takes roughly about 4 hours a day. And also with that process, it has you weak through the day because it's doing so much. It's doing so much of the filtering process for the kidneys and the blood in the system, right? So now, from what the nurse has told me, is usually the hemodialysis is for older people that don't get around much, and that's usually the last stage, simply because it's the last stage. People don't go that way and then go back, because usually their kidneys are so worse of a function, they need that process. From her perspective, the more healthier people are what's the word again? Peritoneal dialysis. And that's because you can get up and go everywhere you go. So one of the big things she put emphasis on is it doesn't take away your traveling. If you want to travel the world, you want to go across the world, you want to do anything you want to do, you can do that with the peritoneal dialysis, because you can take it everywhere with you, and you just put it on at night. So when you put it on at night, you just put it on when you go to sleep. Go to bed with it, and it's doing its business stomach. It'll be done when you get up in the morning. You set a timer or whatever. Make sure it does what it do, and it's doing it every day. So if you want to go to Florida, California, so on and so forth, it makes it more easier because you know you're going to have that at night. For the other one, from her perspective, she was saying that it's harder because you cannot miss a day. So if it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, what have you, that means you have to set up a dialysis at that system where you're going to be at, for one. For 2, they have to know your solution. 3, you have to have doctors on staff to make sure they're making the right solution and everything for you. And you have to basically go there to do that first. So it'll make it, from her perspective, it's not for people that's as active, because even if you get that done for 4 hours, you may or may not want to get up and do something right after that, because you're going to be weak. The system was going to be weak. So
yeah, I sided against the one in the stomach. For one, I feel like it's too much work for someone that has never had this done before. And to be doing it at home and making sure everything is tip top, speak and span, and you don't get infection. I didn't want to deal with that. I felt like doing dialysis is enough for me, in opposed to trying to deal with doing it myself. Like, I don't want to do that. And that calls for another surgery that I'm not willing to have, because this one wasn't the best.
So you made up your mind. This is what you're gonna do. You fine with it?
Because I'm not going to have another surgery to get another one inserted in my stomach. That just ain't going. No.
So, with that being said, um, what are we going to do? What ideas do you have, if you have any? Some things for us to do to keep you upbeat, keep you in the right state of mind, keep you, because for the people that, well, we say it before, for the people that don't know, we have people listening to us in other countries. We have people listening to us in Canada, UK, Europe, Indonesia, and a lot of different parts of Africa. So, what do you think that you can do to stay motivated, to stay positive? Because there are people that's listening. So, I mean, and that doesn't mean that, yeah, you're going to just, jump for joy every day and, do cartwheels or something like that. Or have you thought about things that you can do to keep yourself in the right state of mind so this doesn't beat you up like the doctor said?
I mean, it's not anything that I'm gonna just wake up one day and be like, not think about. It's always a thought because it's an ongoing issue, especially if you're going to the doctor every week and this and that. Thank God no appointments was this week, but I just been trying to read my affirmations every day. I do that every morning when I get up. I've been trying to do a to-do list like every week. Write down things I need to do and cross them off as I'm doing it. And trying to stay away from anything that I guess is not helping what I have going on. Yeah. So.
How's that been going so far?
I think it's been going pretty good. If I know someone's calling me with something I don't want to hear, I most likely don't answer.
So with that, I just know this is a lot on you, and I just know that I know that this is a lot on you, and I know this has been weighing heavy on you, and I think one of the things that the nurse has talked to me about is the mental process of everything. So the mental process of it, basically, how will your mental space be seeing all these other people in worse conditions and you got to sit there for 4 hours, right? So that's what she was worried about, being that you're so young. And my biggest thing is always the mental challenge of everything. The mental challenge, the mental challenge, the mental challenge. And I think that the little things that we do are also the things that help build us in the long run, help build us in better situations, become stronger and better than we were before. When we work on being positive, when challenges like these come up, it doesn't be as hard. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be challenging. Yes, it will, challenge you not to be broken down so much. But consistency outweighs everything. I mean, so one of the things I had said, I told the kids, and I said, like, my job is to make your life more easier, more better, more, less stressful. So, if it's nothing that's helping you, I don't think that we should be a part of it. I think a good idea for me is how can we do everything more times 10, right? How can we do everything as far as your business goes, as far as things that you want to do, podcasts, boutique, traveling? How can you do that times 10? So I figure like every few months you should be traveling and going somewhere. Now that means, hey, you might not, you probably can't afford it, but what are some things you can do, and we stay consistent with that, with everything, because we stay consistent with being positive, we stay consistent with being on the go and doing things with your business and this and that, and just when we have to do those dialysis, we just make it like, all right, we schedule that time in and we just keep the ball rolling like it's nothing. What do you think? I never got your opinion on it officially about the dieting situation, because that's something I talked about with the nurse too. So what did you think about the dieting part of it? Because that eating, That eating is critical for the kidney because that's filtering. How I like to describe the kidney filtering when you're eating certain stuff on a weak kidney is it's like mushing food up and trying to push it through a screen door or a screen, because some of it will go through and a lot of it won't go through. If the kidney's weak, it won't filter as much, or it'll filter it through the urine, which would make it hard. So what do you think about your diet aspect of it from your perspective?
Of how I eat now?
Yes, and will you make changes? Can you make changes? What do you think about your diet moving forward?
I think my diet now, I do a lot of bread.
Bad carbs.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably eat a little better, but yeah.
So
I probably should.
You probably should
eat a
straighten
little
up.
better, yeah.
Do you think you can straighten up from here on out? Make it a lifestyle?
Yeah, I've done it before. It's not
So what
that
makes
I
you?
can't do it. It's just when I go back to it, I just go back to it.
It's consistency outweighs everything. So today also was, being that you had the fistula in, today also was your first time exercising. So explain that after everything you've been through.
It was hard.
Was it on a scale of 1 to 10? What was it? Being 10 is the hardest.
Maybe like a 7.
Oh, it wasn't that bad?
Yeah, I mean, it was some. The only thing that was bad was the sit-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, the ab workouts, but.
Yeah. But everything else wasn't that bad. You can
I thought it was gonna be
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't done it in some months. You know, April, May, June, July. Going into August, it's like 4 months off. How do you feel after your workout with everything that's going on with your body?
Tired, exhausted. I'm really tired right now.
Yeah.
But
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, you know how sometimes, because, you know, when I work out, depending on the day, I have more energy. And sometimes I like to be that tired because I know I'm being energized for the next day and I have to get that workout in because I need, you know, I'm going to be replenished after I go to sleep.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing. And maybe I'll stay asleep when I go to sleep. But
So,
I'm sure tomorrow I'll be barely able to raise my arm, so I feel it already. So
you know, so do you think you can get your diet back right and stay consistent from here on out for this next journey that we are on?
yeah, I'm gonna try.
No. Are you going to be consistent?
I'm going to try. I'm going to.
Are you going to be consistent from here on out?
Yeah, I'm going to try my hardest.
As I say, commit to 1 day a week and build on that. Commit to 1 day a week and then stay consistent with everything else. Get your schedule going and just stay consistent. Consistency outweighs everything. I mean, let's be honest. You see how, and not for braggadocious, right? Or anything, not for me to brag, but you see how I've been consistent, right? With my working out, with my eating. You know, I probably slack off probably like 1 day a week, and it's on the weekends, you know, and it's not as bad because and usually we eat around the same thing, but I work out consistently. My days I work out on. So can you tell the difference, being that I've been consistent on my workouts? So that's proof right there. Ain't
I mean, I've seen the difference too, and I was consistent.
it? Yes, but you slacked off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You just gotta stay consistent, man. You just gotta stay consistent, man, no matter what. But the diet is gonna help you with everything that's going on, though. There's certain stuff you're gonna have to let go of. So, for people that don't know, what's some of the things you can't eat? Phosphorus, food that has phosphorus in it. That's bad on the kidneys. Usually that's a lot of meats. There's certain meats as processed meats. Being that we vegan, that's not that much of an issue. Although I've been trying to research which vegan meats has it in it, and I don't think it has it in it, but just in case I've been reading it. What other things we can't eat with this kidney concern? Come on. You don't know?
No.
Potassium. Potassium is bad for the kidney. So bananas, potatoes.
I eat a lot of those.
Yes, there's a lot of potassium in it. So we have to stay away from that. Some vitamin C you have to stay away from. And you also have to stay away from something else. So we have to watch out for those foods because that can put stress on the kidney, right? So do you think we should, because I got some stuff that I was going to print out and I didn't print it out, specific things not to eat. I thought I did, specific things not to eat. And you probably, will you go by those? Is you going to let go of bread? How many more days we got till bread? What we going to do about this bread thing? Because you've been on this bread tirade. And you had pasta this past weekend. Hey.
I don't know. One day soon.
No. Bread and pasta, 2 weeks. Could do 2. We're going into August. So in 2 weeks.
I don't eat a lot of pasta. But...
No, just give it up though. It's like from here on out. So no bread, no pasta, and then we gotta let go of the potatoes, potato chips, all that. You've been on a carb tirade, like you've been just running loose. Every time I look up, you got some new vegan chips, and they be good too. You like, ooh, these good, they tasty. I'll have one. Well, I'm good. So, and then I made it bad too when we was in Jamaica. You had to get those chips because they ain't had none of the food that we had, so you had to get some Pringles. So I get that part. But we had to let go of potatoes, baby. Potassium. And I think, is it iron too? No, you want to eat an iron-rich diet.
Yeah, I need iron.
So you need iron-rich food. But it has to be food that is high in iron, low in potassium. Right?
Yeah, so... I went last week. We did a kidney evaluation appointment where you go and you do all these tests. You talk to these different doctors, nutritionists, and people there. Watch the video. Basically, this is evaluating you to see if you're healthy enough to be on a kidney transplant list.
Yes.
Being that I have a rare blood type.
Which is?
Do I want to tell them?
No.
Okay. They try to come get me or something for it.
So you the conspiracy theorist now, person. You the conspiracy. Oh, that's fun.
But being that I have a very rare blood type, it's not common, for someone to pass away and have that. So they would like you. Well, first of all, I have to wait 2 or 3 weeks, and then they'll contact me and send a letter and let me know if I've been approved to get on the kidney list
for the transplant.
So once once that's done, because I can wait for a kidney for 8 years, like it.
Well, it's 2 parts of it. The first part is they can approve you, but the waiting list is. The first part of the waiting list is anywhere from 0 to 5 years. Now, based on the rare blood type, it's 5 to 10 years. So that's 10 years already right there. So to a degree, you kind of not really waiting on the kidney,
right?
Because you still got to go on about your life. You still got to plan and make. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like you can get one in the next couple of days. Then, sadly to say, it's based on when someone dies.
Right.
As
far as that goes. So they kind of want you to scout your own donors, like try to find a living donor. And we have a packet, and we give them this this website or contact information. They go on there, they complete a survey, and then the caseworker there that has been assigned to me, social work or whatever it was, she contacts them and do all the setting up for the testing. Basically, could be live anywhere, and my insurance company would pay for everything. So I'm going to start off with our two oldest, with two of the oldest. They're going to do it to see if they are a match. Jariah told me I could not have her kidney. She was like, Mom, I'm sorry, but I'm like, girl, you're not even old enough. So yeah, so we were thinking that it could be someone with like a universal blood type, but it has to be the same blood type. So I don't know how this is gonna work out, but they did give us, I think, a website we can go to and search ourselves or make a posting or something to the search. Like basically, they said you should put it out there on social media or wherever you can post that you're looking for a kidney and see what happens. So they basically prefer you to find a healthy living donor, as opposed to just waiting on one.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see how that journey goes. That's another journey in itself.
Yes.
Because even if they're matched, they still have to be evaluated to see if they are healthy enough to live off one kidney.
Then they sometimes they can do a swap too. What they said. So if you have somebody that want to donate a kidney, you can still be on the waiting list. And if somebody wants to donate a kidney, okay. So if somebody is willing to donate a kidney that you know, and they not your blood type, if all they have to do is find somebody that's willing to donate another kidney that is your blood type, and they'll swap those out, so you'll be able to get that one.
Yeah. So the person whoever the donor would be, your surgery would be outpatient, liposcopic, like you would have the surgery and go home same day. Even if you live out of town, they could do the surgery there and airlift or air flight the kidney to me here in Georgia. Like, you don't have to come to Georgia to do it. Me, on the other hand, I probably would be in the hospital, I think, like 3 to 5 days. She said it just depends on how you're recovering from it. But once you receive a kidney, there's a doctor's appointment every week, I think she said, for the first 3 months.
3 months, and it goes down to like every other.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of it.
It's a lot of visits.
Yeah, because for one, you gotta make sure the kidney is not rejecting. Because I know someone that she may be still on dialysis, but she ended up finding the kidney, but her body rejected, so she had to go back in there and get it removed.
And then on top of that, they give you suppressants so your body can absorb this new kidney, this new organ.
Yeah, some medicine you take immediately afterwards.
Well, these medicines you have to be on for the rest of your life. These is like 3 to 5 pills or something like that. So you have to get this new organ. And it kind of makes sense a little bit because the organ is not yours. Like we're born with but for the first time I heard it, I was like, that seems like a lot. But after I thought about it for a while, we're born with the organs already made for our body. Yes, we do have a certain blood type that helps certain people, so on and so forth. But if someone is giving you an organ, it's almost like someone is giving you a piece of them to live. So your body has to get used to this organ that it wasn't born with. It makes sense. So it's understandable. Like, okay, yeah, I have to take these suppressants for a while. And I understand it does make you more susceptible to getting sick, also getting certain illnesses and so on and so forth within that process. But that's one of the things that's a challenge to be managed.
Yeah, so my next appointment is not until August, so I get a break.
Get a break. You glad you ain't got no days to go there, huh?
So yeah, if anybody want to give me a kidney, let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's gonna be. I don't think it's. I think it's easy said than done. So I don't want to belittle your current situation. I don't want to belittle everything that you're going through. But I know for a fact we got a lot of people praying for us. We got a lot of things that's going well for us. And, this is a challenge that I know you can do if we've done everything else, and it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. But I think that that's the thing that makes us who we are and that molds us for our next stages and our next blessings in life. Because everything can't be always what we want it to be, right? I mean, certain things is what it is. I mean, in closing of this, there's a lot of people that have kidney disease that's way worse in situations than us. I mean, that's why it's very important for us to be healthy, take care of ourselves, eat the right food, be consistent on taking care of yourself. So I think we're gonna be alright. This may sound weird, because I know it's hard for us to even talk about it for a while. But the more stuff we've been going back and forth to the doctor, talking about it, getting more educating about it, and us talking to each other about it, to me it seems like it's been getting a little bit more easy. You think?
Yeah.
Just to talk about it.
Yeah, because in the beginning I was like, why me? I eat right, I work out, I live with people that eat like shit, and nothing's wrong with them. So for me, it was a lot of questioning at first, but
a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of challenges you was going through, but we're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
We're gonna make it. We got this. I know it's hard, and I know sometimes you be wondering, like, why am I going through these changes? Why we have to go through what we have to go through? But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. It's just scary because you don't know what's gonna happen. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna make this work. All right? But this is a challenge that we up against. That's all. And sometimes we don't know how strong we is till we have to be strong. Right? So this is the time we're gonna be strong. We're gonna push through.
yeah,
But we're gonna see better days. And it will be better. We're just gonna keep positive. We're gonna stay positive. We're gonna get through this. But I know somebody that's gonna hear this, gonna listen to this, and is going to get inspired from all the other stuff that you've done. So you are the atom, molecule, and everything of this family to keep it going. So we're going to keep you strong as possible, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep you happy and take away all the stress from you. You gonna fight me. I know she gonna fight me, y'all. She gonna fight me because I can't tell her what to do. But we gonna get through this. We gonna get through this rough time. But it's gonna get better, and we just gonna push through. We got a lot of people praying for you. We got a lot of people wishing you the best. We got a lot of people guiding you. So we got a support group. We got people supporting us that don't even know us. So this is just another challenge that we gotta go through that we can do. We can do this. If anybody can do it, we can do it. Right? We're gonna do it. We're gonna be alright. Okay? So on that note, if anybody got a kidney, email us at the DYSON'S Effect at hotmail.com, or anything you want to let us know, questions you may have. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the DYSON'S Effect. Everybody just get in contact with us, keep us in your prayers, motivate us through this process, and we're going to grow from this point. With all of us being molded through this process. So, until then, I am your benevolent coach, Johnny,
and this is Theresa.
and this is another episode of the DYSON'S Effect. Peace, love, blessings.